like to say it was fun as well, but I can't really tell you that it was fun for a lot of the time. Some of the time it was fun. You know, I told some other folks, and I told the team at halftime, it was almost as if we were pressing or trying too hard. You know, at times it was because the guys were focused all week. We had great meetings leading up to it, and you could see on the sidelines that they were just pressing a little bit. And so I didn't want them to relax because we had to come back. But at the same time, I said, I didn't want you to think we were out of the game. And then the third quarter was big. We got a couple big drives. Defense was phenomenal the whole game. And then here we go. We got momentum and let them come back again at the end. So, you know, 6 to whatever it was. I don't know if I've ever had that many turnovers in one. But the guys kept playing hard, played with a lot of heart. It was meaningful to them. The crowd was fantastic. The weather was super. And so it's a great day to be a Jacksonville State Gamecock.
Are you a regular cigar smoker?
Well, when I win. And on occasion. I'm more of an occasional guy. But I asked the seniors when I had them over my house before the season started, hey, you know, would you pick one cigar game, a game that's, you know, that they're all meaningful. This one. And to a man, immediately they said Kennesaw. And so they reminded me last night at the team meeting, Coach, did you get the cigars? And yes, we did. We got 200 of them. And they were thinking about that as soon as we got in the locker room after the game. They're like, where are the cigars at? So it's fun. I love, you know, these guys put in a lot of work. And you know, this is, to me, the day like today is so rewarding to see them smile. You know, I mean, I get, stop. Let me take a drink of water. There's my wife, my daughter, my son. You know, I know how much it means to them. But like our seniors, 13 guys and upperclassmen on the team, you know, they've been through a lot of coaching change, and you know, people maybe question, are you good enough or this and that, and I see how hard they work, and just to get them to see the team and the guys smile so much and have so much fun for 15, 20 minutes after the game. I mean, that's why I coach. I mean, that's why all of us coach, I think, just for that reaction.
How long have you had a cigar game?
First time ever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've copied this. I saw Alabama do it, and I believe they had one with Tennessee or somebody. And I'm like, what a great idea, you know, to have one game and your players kind of get outside the box, so to speak. And so they deserved it. You know, some coaches will kind of tamper down a win and don't enjoy it. Hell no, we're gonna, you know, I don't want to be stupid tonight, nothing like that, but I wanted them to enjoy it. This was improbable the way it happened. They worked really hard. I want them to enjoy the hell out of it for maybe more than 24 hours. You know what I mean? Normally it's 24 hours. Well, hell, we got an open day. So let's go 48. You know, we'll still get on them on the film tomorrow when we watch film with them, but we'll enjoy this for 2 days.
Was the choice of this game as a cigar game about last year?
You know, I didn't even ask. I knew that they were picked to win the league, and you know, we got a lot more league games left, and I assume we're still in contention. It counts in the conference, right? We got that straight here a couple weeks ago, right? So, but they're a good football team, and I got a lot of respect for their coaching staff. Their players play hard. They're kind of like us, a little bit undersized, but play hard. Football is important, and so it was almost like playing a different style, but you know, playing the same kind of program type of players that we have.
Only gave up 4 first downs in the second half, none in the third quarter. All of their scoring drives started on the plus side of the field.
Yeah, it seemed like the whole game they were on the plus side because of turnovers, or whatever, and we had to go a long ways. I thought our defensive plan was exceptional. It was a little different than it was Davidson. I thought our physicality, our tackling, we missed that quarterback, but a lot of guys missed him. A lot of guys missed that guy, but we tackled better, and you know, they had to be out there a whole bunch, and they were without question the difference in the game was how our defense hung in there. Well, it was important that we didn't, you know, I always feel that we could come back no matter what. But, you know, if you get up on a team like that, they have a harder time coming back, right? But we, you know, getting a couple 3-and-outs was key for us defensively. They got some 3-and-outs. And then we finally got a drive or two where we're able to run the ball. We're so much better when we're running and play action. Our guys up front did a solid job. Sean Brown is the best blocking tight end that he's been here in a long time. He's a physical 250-pound man and did a tremendous job. And the tight end's always open, right? So him and Keyshawn were always open.
I know you're not happy with 2 muffs, but to overcome 2 muffs,
Oh, my God.
Inside the 10-yard line.
Not happy? I would have asked Miss Rita on her reaction when that happened, because I know mine, I had to temper it a little bit. And it's not like you're not trying hard. I feel bad for him, and it was just a coaching, I almost just said, just get away from it. And the ball would have rolled to the one, but it's better than them getting it than us getting it. So, we'll get that fixed. Those guys are, again, I think they're just pressing too much. They got to relax, and I got to quit getting on them about it.
But to overcome that, that's the other side of it.
Yeah, overcome it, and I felt good at overtime. I thought, okay, I like our team. I think we're better than them. I don't know how much, but it's close. But that's why at the end of the game, hey, let's go to overtime. Let's see what happens. I think we feel pretty good about it.
Coach, earlier this week you talked about how their option offense presents kind of some schematic challenges just inherently, and then how you had to kind of practice or how to teach your guys this week in practice how to defend that, and then your scouts specifically. How do you think that process went from last week to now?
They did, and you saw them, and they're down low, and they cut, and then they come out after you, and so they, our defensive guys, it was a different scheme. Coach Allen and his staff deserve a lot of credit. They came up with a couple different options, a couple different looks that we had seen. Some bear fronts. They did a lot of stemming. There's a lot of times in a triple option you're making a decision to read based on how you're lined up. And we wanted to move a little bit and not let them be comfortable in that look. And our guys did a good job of moving, got some procedure penalties. And I don't know if it created a lot of confusion, but just enough indecision to let us make some plays.
Then do you think their team's identity being option-based helped them defensively kind of scout your RPO stuff?
Not really. I just think they slant and angle a lot. And that movement is sometimes hard. And we probably could have taken some more shots downfield. But they got some pretty good pass rushers. And we missed a few things. And Zion, I'll give Zion some credit. He wasn't as sharp as he was last week. But he kept competing. And I'm really proud of him. Zion took a couple shots, but he kept competing. He was seeing well. He was seeing the field well. So, and then Aaron got in there for one play and made a big pass. So, I told the team we need to have everybody on the sidelines, even the guys aren't dressed, to be totally engaged in the game, like know exactly down the distance and what's going on. And I think to a man they did that.
Galvan's touchdown, when it happened, did you see him get his hand down?
I didn't. I had no idea. I thought it was incomplete. I thought he caught it out of bounds. And then I saw a couple guys on the sideline and said, he caught it. And then I could see on the highlight that he got his toe tapped in there, and I was like, okay, I know these replay guys have this, and they can rewind it and rewind it and rewind it. They have to see it. And the longer it goes, the longer you think, they got to see it, what they waiting on. And so we had one more play after that, but that was huge. That was Sterling's a great competitor. And that was a big play, obviously.
What do you think on that final play with Latrell sacking for J-Rock?
Yeah, Jackson Latrell was at pressure all the time. He was sometimes like he was running in circles trying to tackle the guy, but he was at pressure all the time. And then J-Rock is always around. He's always around the ball. I thought our front, handled things really well in a tough type of scheme normally for big guys. And we rolled a lot of young guys in there as well. And that was part of the key. The fullback got loose a couple times. But a couple times we stuffed it too, and if you get them, behind the six, so to speak, second and long or third and long, then you got a chance.
Time for one more question. What brand is that?
I don't know. We bought 200 of them, and it'll probably come out. Greg will make me take it out of my pocket, but I understand that. I'm more than happy to pay for it.